Those are females. The males would have large curly horns. Triple saddle-billed storks near them. Those birds can roughly around 5 feet tall, the 9-foot wingspan. With the reddish-brown fur, those are bongos, the heaviest forest antelope with large pushed-back horns that'll help them navigate heavy brush. The horns will cross the females, and their horns will go straight back. There to the left, there's a black rhino back there, the left corner. The black rhino weighs about 3,000 pounds, and they have a narrow, prehensile lip. They can pick up things very easily, helping forage for food here in the forest. They are sadly endangered. There's less than 5,000 left in the world due to the illegal poaching for their horns. Now, in some cultures believe that rhino horns have medicinal properties, but there's something made from keratin, the substance found in our hair and fingernails. Now, the black rhino is a very solitary animal, normally found on their own, whereas the white rhinos will travel in a group more. They'll stay on the savanna, though, it's more open. Their wider mouth is better for grazing on those open plains. Next up on our tour is the Safi River. Great place to try to find some hippos. Hippos will spend most of their day submerged in the water. They hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. Now they are very nocturnal animals. Later in the day you find them resting. Usually in the water, but sometimes they'll hang out on the shores while they rest. Now hippos do leave the water. They rarely go very far. They should keep about 2 miles between them at all times. And they graze usually travel for about 6 miles. They will consume about 95 pounds of food a day. So then right, you'll see a hippo laying down there on the land, more on the left-hand side in the water. A whole group of hippos being known as a bloat.
Wow.
And also over here on the left, there's some pink-back pelicans. They get their name from the fact they get a pink color on their skin during their mating season.
Había otro debajo. Mira, patitos no pueden faltar. Están en todos lados. Ay, mira.
Over here, come pause for a moment. I have this mother baby hippo resting in a little patch of land. A newborn hippo weighs about 50 to 100 pounds. Some mother hippos are begin birth in the water, as well as for nursing there as well. And over here, it's a Nile crocodile. It's quite large, around 16 to 20 feet long. They have very powerful jaws that can fight up to 1,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. A group of crocodiles known as a bass get around the land. A group in the water been known as a float. As they feed them with their mouth open, that's how they regulate their body temperature. The body are built up inside of them, so to vent themselves, they land their mouth open. We're going to head now to the Serengeti grasslands, a lot more wide open space out there on the savanna, where it's also a totally different ecosystem. So to see a change in the plant life, see different types of trees. A very unique tree you may find out here is the baobab tree. One up ahead here on the right, it's a tree that looks like it's growing upside down, as their branches look a lot like roots. They're also leafless for about 9 months out of the year, so they're known as the upside down tree, and also the tree of life, as they store thousands of gallons of water inside their trunk. The grasslands here go on for hundreds of miles across East Africa, serving as the super highway to a variety of animals. Millions of animals migrate through here every single year. Now the large horns out here to see some of the Ankoli cattle, also known as Watusi, named after the tribe that first domesticated us, which makes them the only domestic animals on the reserve. Now their horns may seem heavy. The inside, they're not solid. They have more of a honeycomb structure, allows for their blood circulation. So Blood will flow through their horns, and that's how they regulate their body temperature. There by the trees, a Maasai giraffe. The Maasai have a broader pattern on their fur coat compared to the reticulated giraffes, which have a crisp pattern.
Are you see the giraffe? Oh, do you see the giraffe right there too?
We're very resting with some wildebeest. Now the wildebeest is the largest migratory animal, also referred to as a gnu, which is spelled G-N-U, named after the sound they tend to make. Their grunts will sound like they're saying gnu. And they're built for long journeys. They went 5 days without water. They can actually walk 15 minutes after their birth. Here on the left, there's some African wild dogs. These are wild dogs, or painted dogs. They hunt in packs of 5 to 15 of an alpha male and an alpha female leading their pack. Over to the left, those are sable antelopes. Their horns make it really difficult for a predator to pounce on them. They'll sometimes sleep in a circle, keep the babies in the middle to keep them safe. Now these tower-like structures on the right and the left, these are termite mounds. They're former termite saliva, dirt, and they will become as hard as concrete. Sometimes elephants will use those as scratching posts. As they wear them down, smaller animals like the antelopes will climb on top. Use it for a lookout point to see if any predators are laying low in the tall grass.
Mira.
Now there to the left are some very tiny antelopes. Those are springbok, known to spring out of the grass, reaching about 6 feet in the air, 12 feet once they're on the move. They can run about 55 miles an hour. Sometimes you'll see them bounce quickly across the savannah. The official name for that movement would be pronking. Now giraffes, they will spend about 18 hours a day eating. They only spend half an hour a day sleeping. They tend to sleep standing up. Sometimes they'll sit down, but they almost never lay all the way down. It makes them too vulnerable to predators to lower their long neck against the ground. Oftentimes, the springbok here are mistaken for being gazelles. They do resemble the Thompson gazelle, but again, these are tiny antelopes, about big as they get.
Huh? Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, those upside down. Ya estaba como escapada. Mira allá arriba.
Now, giraffes are about 6 feet tall. They're born. They're going to reach around 20 feet tall. When they're in a group, they are known as a tower. Those giraffes, they're engaging in a necking kind of way of showing dominance. They'll swing their long necks around, try to jab each other in the side of the top of their head, using their ossicones. So those aren't small horns on their head. Giraffes have ossicones. They don't really qualify as horns to cover the skin and fur. We're going to head down to an area known as Monkey Point. Most commonly found around here is the mandrill, part of the baboon family. They're the largest monkeys in Africa, known for their red and blue faces and very short tails. This is also the gateway to elephant country. Here you'll see an African bull elephant. One of the males are found on their own. Female elephants remain a large herd led by one matriarch. The males never hold any leadership roles, and as they grow older, they become more solitary and independent. So they'll leave the herd, they're about 15 or so. They'll sometimes join other males and form a smaller batch of the herd. Now the elephants have very sensitive hearing. You can hear up to a mile away. They also have very sensitive skin, so to shield themselves from the sun, sometimes throw dirt in their back to use as a sunblock to keep cool. cool on a hot day, they could fan themselves with their large ears and lower their body temperature by about 15 degrees. They can also draw on water to their trunk to splash themselves. They can hold about 4 to 5 gallons of water inside their trunk. Now this path will lead us to the red clay pits. Elephants pass through here quite a bit. You'll see a tusk mark left by the elephants, and there are some elephant tracks that lead up ahead. Now, a fully grown African elephant weighs about 11,000 pounds. They do consume about 300 pounds of food a day. And they'll drink about 40 gallons of water. Once you use their trunk, the trunk has about 100,000 different muscles. Very versatile appendage, the end of which acts like a few human fingers. Can pick up things very finely. Helps me a wide variety of different types of vegetation.
Wow, qué grandote.
Now, sometimes elephants will wander to local farmland. They'll eat the crops. That can be a big problem for the farmers. Not too long ago, they learned that elephants are very afraid of bees. So farmers have begun building beehive fences around their land to keep the elephants out. Most elephants will stay away based on the sound of bees alone. As a bonus, the farmers can sell honey in the local markets. Now here's a flamboyance of greater flamingos. The largest flamingo, but also the least pink. They get their pink color from the brine shrimp and all the small creatures they eat that contain beta-carotene. When they're born, they're more of a grayish color. Their beak acts like a filter, so when they eat, they dip their head in the water, the beak upside down, they'll collect a lot of different things and start to filter through and keep what they want to eat. Now when they stand on one leg, they try to regulate their body temperature. They normally stand in the water. They alternate legs.
Dale cómo mueve la cabeza.
Heading towards the east savanna, heading towards some mud wallows. A muddy area like this one's a good spot to look around for the rhinos. Rhinos will roll in the mud, keeps them cool, keeps bugs off them as well. Nice layer of protection for them. So over here you see a couple of the white rhinos grazing. Rhinos run about 35 miles an hour, but they have very poor eyesight. Probably why when they're in a group, they're known as a crash. Rhinos rely a lot on their hearing. They hear very well. They only see what's directly in front of them, about 10 feet or so. But they're pretty agile. They tend to gallop like a horse. At one point while they run, all 4 of their feet could be off the ground.
They're gonna charge us.
The white rhino has a much wider mouth compared to the black rhino. They get their name from the Afrikaans word of vite, means wide, spelled W-I-T, and over the years it became mistranslated, turned into white.
Tem uma parte do leão, mas quem fala que escapou,
Now here to the left, way back there up on that hill, there is a cheetah roaming around. The cheetah runs nearly 70 miles an hour, making them the fastest land mammal. They're also the only big cat that will hunt during the daytime, so they do to avoid the competition with other stronger predators. Leopards,
En el árbol.
lions, they will overpower the cheetah and steal their kill. Since they hunt at night, cheetah hunt during the day.
No. Ah, ya la vi.
Oh yeah, way up there. You can see it on the hill.
I invite you to lay down here in the hill towards the upper right-hand corner. A
Ano?
whole group of cheetahs, known as a coalition. And up ahead there's a tall rock formation known as the Kopi, which can be a popular spot with the lions. So it offers them a good vantage point over the savannah. Keep an eye on things and survey their prey. Lions do hunt late at night, so during the day they're pretty inactive, typically for about 18 to 20 hours. They don't sleep that entire 20 hours, they are just in a restful mode. You can see them awake during the day, maybe even walk around a little bit, but it's very rare. On the right, see more of the white rhinos there. A couple of Bontebok resting there as well. The Bontebok are relatives to the wildebeest. We find them on reserves nowadays. They went extinct out in the wild back in the 1960s. They were overhunted mainly for their fur coats. Now, to get to this side of the Kopis, in the lower part of the rock, with grass here, there's a couple of lions laying down. They're laying down kind of flat, kind of low. So being pulled to get a closer look, it'd be kind of hard to see them. Now, the female lions are the primary hunters for the pride. Male lions would stay behind to guard the pride and protect them from rival predators, of course, the cubs. Now, here on the left looks like we found some warthog burrows. The warthogs are the largest burrowing mammals. When they enter the burrow, they'll always back up into it to keep their tusks pointed outward in case any animals enter the burrow to attack them. They have a good defense.
Mira por ahí. Están llamando para alimentarla.
Go to the right way, back there by the bushes, those are water buck resting there. The water buck is part of the antelope family, known to migrate through water. Their skin actually secretes oily residue that makes their fur waterproof. Also here on the right, you see some ostrich eggs, which can weigh about 3 pounds each. Large eggs for the largest birds in the world. The ostrich weighs about 150 pounds. The eggshells are very strong. The ostrich can stand on top of the egg without breaking it. They normally lay their eggs in the nest of the dominant male and dominant female ostrich to keep all the eggs centralized in one nest. And the male and female will switch off watching and incubating the fertilized eggs, taking day and night shifts. Now we have time to check out one last section of the reserve, make our way now through Magani Glen. Scoot around over here before we can head back in and end our safari. To the right, there's a scimitar horned oryx, which is a desert-dwelling antelope. They can withstand a temperature of 115 degrees before they even break a sweat. They can also go about 9 months without drinking water. They survive the moisture found in the plants they eat. In the past, they were going extinct in the wild, like the Bontebok. They're being overhunted, mainly found on reserves. But recently, conservation efforts have been working very hard to bring the numbers back up in the wild using special breeding programs. Now, folks, I did promise the warden to get back pretty soon, so I'm going to drop you off the nearest warden's post. From there, just a short walk back to the Harambe village. Nearby is the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, where you could see more animals like western lowland gorillas, as well as meerkats, like mole rats, and Clovis monkeys. You travel to Asia, later on to the village of Anandapur, there's the Maharaja Jungle Trek. You could see the Sumatran tigers, Komodo dragons, and giant fruit bats. Now make sure you gather up all your personal belongings. Double check your seats, check your pockets, make sure nothing fell out on this bumpy ride, so you don't leave anything behind in the truck. The name of the truck is once again Simba 1. That will be the answer to page 15 in the Wilderness Explorer Handbook.